What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Cantina Jargon. After a short hiatus, we're back, Caden and I from Cantina Talk, and we are joined by a special guest today, who is Tony from Star Wars Sith. If you're not familiar with this channel, go check it out. It's blowing up. He's doing awesome things. Tony, welcome back. Thanks for joining.
No, thanks for having me, man. I'm glad to be back. Tired as heck from work, but bro, I'm pumped to be talking with you boys about everyone's new favorite show, Acolyte.
It's something I feel like we need to discuss because I haven't made a video about it. Caden, have you made any videos about Acolyte?
You made one
before it released. I did. Before it released, and then the day after episode 3.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh, you did? I saw that. Okay, that was more
of
your reaction, like live reaction, though.
You were just pissed.
Well, I wasn't even pissed. I was just talking about because I had zero expectations, and I felt disappointed somehow. I purposely stayed off of Twitter and everything. I was like, all right, I'll wait till I get home because it aired like 2 hours before I got done work. It's like, all right, I'll wait till I get home. Waited till the next morning even, and I was just like, I feel like I wasted my morning off. Like I don't know. I was like, damn. Like I kind of thought it was gonna be a little bit more with how well it was promoted. Anyway, I expected it to be like a bang right away.
They're promoting the hell out of that show. They still are.
Too much. Even before, like when I was watching the first episode, I'm like, the first 5 minutes, I'm like, I know exactly what happens. I've seen this scene so many times for weeks now. It took away from like the intro, which was crazy.
Like I understand, like we're gonna see that scene, but like when I saw that scene, I'm like, this is the exact same scene we saw at the screening for Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
so it's kind of just like I don't know, like it definitely felt kind of like, I don't want to say like half-assed, but it was like very predictable.
It doesn't feel like $180 million show, and I don't want to act like it feels like a bad word in this way. I agree.
It does. She's so right.
It does. It feels like it's crazy because it's like in the middle of a culture war too. So if you discuss it, you're like on one side or the other. And I'm not trying to like do some of these like complaints about, oh, it's woke and all this shit. I don't care who's in the show. I like Skull's the best character, number one. And number two, I wanted to see Carrie-Anne Moss kick some ass, and she's gone.
Dude, like
5 minutes.
Like I know we're gonna see more of her throughout like the season. Like that's obvious. But
there's no future for her though.
And I would want to see like more of her still alive and like in the present with May. Like if her and May have like a showdown in present, especially if there's if there's one later on where it's her and May when she's younger, or something like, because she recognized May and knew May right away in the first episode.
Yeah, she was like you like.
Yeah, so like there's going to be a showdown evidently at some point, and I wish we would have got to see it again, but not with this throwing knives. I mean, I would have just rather, like, with how much you talked about it being like the prequels with the fight choreography, I wanted more. I don't know.
I did too, but I'm not. Here's the thing: we're only 3 episodes in, right? We can't say we haven't even seen a lightsaber on lightsaber fight yet.
Nope. That's true. We've just seen thick ass hilts.
Right. So do the lightsabers look good? No, but have they looked good in any of the Disney Plus shows? Not really. It's funny. The Force Awakens was on TV earlier on FX, and I had it on, and it was the Kylo, Rey, and Finn like lightsaber battle in the woods.
Yeah.
And when those lightsabers look really good. Like Disney had a really good visual effects there, and then once they've moved to these Disney Plus shows, they've really used these like thicker. I don't know what it is, like the LEDs. It looks crazy. It looks like they're holding a light stick, basically.
Yeah,
and I can't get over it.
I found that while doing research for my shorts, that for why Ahsoka's look so much better in Ahsoka and in Mando and Boba is because they don't have the battery pack and everything in the hilt. It's up Rosario's sleeve with her. And in the Acolyte, they couldn't do that, so that's why they're so thick. Apparently, is because
that's so stupid.
They couldn't do the same technology
because they're just swinging those suckers around.
But I also think too, like they're doing it because they want to sell the legacy sabers of the show, which makes sense. That's the smart thing to do. But
if it's so,
like, even with Graham Hamilton, he had the battery pack up his sleeve and stuff for Boba.
Oh wow, I did not know that either. But yeah, I mean the Luke Return of the Jedi saber has a super thin neck, so that makes sense. Because there's really no other way to do it. But all right, let's back it up here though, because episodes 1 and 2 premiere, and the first thing I kind of tell you, Caden, is that like I was a little bit intrigued. I'm like I'm interested to see where this is going.
Yeah.
Did I love it? No. Did it look like $180 million show? No. But like, you know what? That was okay, and I'm here to see
Honestly,
where it's going.
That's how I felt about episode 1 of Kenobi too. I was like, all right, like it's cool. I like where it's going. I will say though too, like what I really liked about it was when Osha was in the prison cell on the Republic ship. That set piece felt so much like the KOTOR games. Like when I was watching, I'm like, dude, like we're in KOTOR right now. Like this is sick.
Yeah.
And then they just crashed.
That was a great piece, and it's gone after 5 minutes.
I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. Like,
yeah, the first 2 episodes. So the first 2, I enjoyed them. Were they perfect? No. But I was like you said, I was like very intrigued because like right away, bro, I don't trust Soul. This dude, everybody loves him. Something's going on with him because especially in those first episodes, like he was the only one that knew that May had Osha had a sister.
Yeah.
It wasn't even in the records. It just there was just so many things where I'm like, this dude, I don't know.
How did he also know to be there at the exact right time in episode 3? Like, I get we're only seeing it from the twins' perspective, but how did he time it just right?
Bro, he was in there killing witches, bro. We're gonna see something crazy. Like, yeah, so I was very intrigued from all that because obviously something happened and these 4 Jedi were being hunted by May. So that right away, I was intrigued because it's like, wow, it feels like the Jedi did something they weren't supposed to. These 4 have each other's back, but they shouldn't. So that had me intrigued. And then kind of seeing the downfall of the Jedi starting like when they were at the council and the green lady, what's her name? Vernestra or whatever.
Yeah.
When she was like, that they can't find out about this. Our political enemies will use this against us. I'm like, why are you worried about politics? Y'all Jedi. Like, what?
They're like hiding something clearly, right?
Yeah. So I can't wait for that. So I felt okay after the first 2. Like it looked like Star Wars. Sure. It felt like it, sounded like it in some parts. But then just after that 3rd one, it's kind of like, damn. Like Lacey said in the chat, Acolyte is like a bad word now.
Like,
and she also said, I don't care what these witches do in the dark. I just want a good storyline. But like for real, I mean, all these people complaining about lesbian witches and shit. Like, I don't care.
I mean,
but like
that could be aliens.
They just
as
don't
long as it's
fit.
a good story. Like it's like that's what I want.
Don't fit in the story. It's dude, that chant they did. I literally
oh god.
I usually watch Star Wars stuff by myself. Like my wife isn't really into it or whatever, but my wife was sitting down that night and I turn it on and her sister's there too. And they're both like, what is this? Like, you watch this shit? Like, and I'm like, they're like, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. And like, not only was the acting horrible, but like the writing was just cringe after cringe. And I'm like, I honestly don't know what this is. Like, I can't even explain it. This is just bad. It was just bad. That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah, it's crazy the night and difference. But like 1 and 2 is like, okay, I'm intrigued. I want to see. But then, like after that, they had more interviews that kind of like riled people up, which is like, stop doing media tours. Like, you're not helping. All of them are saying dumb stuff that are offending people. Like most of it, I don't care about. Like, I don't care if you don't know who Anakin is. I don't care if you think R2's a lesbian. Whatever. Like, whatever. But then you get episode 3, and it's kind of like, what? So it's just like adding fuel to the fire, and it's like, you know, people were complaining about 1 and 2, and I was like, I can see your point, and I would say what I would like, but for episode 3, they're complaining. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's only so much you could say.
I will say with episode 3, there is certain aspects I like how when Osha wakes up on the ship at the end, you can see on Torben's face, his eyes already slashed, and
I missed that.
Like I saw that right away. I was like, wait, we're not seeing the full picture here. So like we're gonna revisit it, and I'm really excited to see the different viewpoints of it. And watching the trailers, there's a shot of Kalneka jumping, and I realized his eyes are black, like Torben's was. So I think that
were
might
they?
Yeah, his eyes were like black. So I was like,
they're like possessed or something.
yeah, like how Torben was in the episode. So I was like,
yeah, for the minute,
that's how that's gonna happen. So I'm really interested to see like where it's going to go. And there's great things that I've liked about it, but it's not enough for me to like make a video on it. Like it doesn't like after episode 1 and 2, I was like, damn, I really want to upload a video on it, but I don't know. Like there's not a whole lot going on. Like that's worth like breaking down for me anyway. I don't know.
I feel that. I will say this. I mean, because you're saying like, oh, I'm still really interested to see where things are going. Like episode 3 almost broke all of my interest from the first 2 episodes. Like it almost made me say like, the writing just isn't there to where I'm like, do I really care? Like, obviously, I'm gonna watch it because I watch everything Star Wars. Like, what am I else going to do? But I mean, at some point, I'm like, am I excited about it this Wednesday? No, like I'm excited for House of the Dragon tonight. That's what I'm excited for.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I'm not really even that excited for it.
Yeah, I'm not. And it's weird because like usually I'm like hyped for Tuesday night for the next episode, but it's like, okay, is it going to be just as bad as the other one, or is it going to be decent? It's weird, and I really do want to see what happens. I just want to know like what really happened, because like when she went into that room and that thing exploded, it made no literal sense that in the next room everybody's dead, in the outside everybody's dead, and when they panned and showed all the bodies, none of them were burned. So clearly something happened. So I think, man, right. I think something evil happened.
That's why, like I'm saying, like bring up like the perspectives thing, because like like that's why I'm interested, because I'm like, okay, I want to see what happened, but like at the same time, I don't really care, and like I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm just like, okay, like this happened, and I want to see the other sides of it, just to get like the full scope of what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not like excited, but I'm like, okay, like I definitely something happened. There's no way that little lantern caused all of that.
No.
And the explosion. So it had to have been.
It's also just burning down stone. So
yeah, or
like that makes sense.
Or stone, yeah.
Yeah.
As I'm saying, like there has to be more to it we're not seeing, and that's what kind of why I'm intrigued. But beyond that, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. It's Star Wars, but it's cool. It's not for me, but not everything.
Is it cool?
Either.
Is it cool? It's.
I mean, if you like
Clark
it, it's
says
cool. Like.
Clark says that Spaceballs, Star Crash, and the Christmas special are better Star Wars. Now, Spaceballs, I probably would agree with.
Spaceballs is good, man. Oh my god, use the Schwartz. Oh my, so good, classic.
Dude, I love Spaceballs.
The
ludicrous speed. Go.
The scary thing is though it could get worse when we get to the lightsaber fighting, because you know how everyone's very picky with choreography and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen one lightsaber fight, and supposedly they do crazy things, different things. The chick's gonna have her light whip too on top of that in one episode. Yeah. So there's more room for people to get angry. But like the one thing I wanted the most from the show is more Sith lore and learning more about Sith back then, seeing that the master, the apprentice, who's clearly the helmet dude, and then May being the acolyte to that person. But I just like 3 episodes in and we barely got anything like Sith related. Like, isn't the show supposed to be from the point of view of the bad guy? Is the bad guy the Jedi? Come on.
That's kind of how I felt with Tales of the Empire, by the way. Like with Morgan, like I love Morgan Elsbeth. But just like the Dathomir episodes, like I loved the episode, but it was just like it didn't feel like this was about the Empire, so to speak. It was just about Morgan Elsbeth, which is totally fine. I'm glad that we got it, but like we're not moving forward in the story when it comes to like what the show is about, at least in my opinion.
I have this like strange feeling that this whole Acolyte thing is gonna culminate in episode 8. There's gonna be some insane reveal of a Sith Lord, maybe Plagueis or like Tenebrous, yeah. And that's gonna be it. We're just gonna be like left hanging for season 2. Maybe season 2 will show us that what you're looking for, Tony. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, but then like the fans already wrote off the show before it dropped. They're just gonna stay mad. And I think if we get Tenebrous, which is what a lot of us want, that have read Plagueis and stuff, I think people are gonna get even more mad because then they're gonna be like, oh, she's gonna ruin Tenebris, she's gonna ruin Plagueis.
Right.
So I think this show is, I hate to say it, I feel like it's doomed no matter what, even if the next 5 in a row are bangers, because people have already like made up their mind and like wrote it off.
Yeah, I uploaded like a community poll just to like see how everyone was feeling with the episode, and out of 2.5K votes, 51% of them were like 1 star. I was just like, damn, like
it's
it's really weird. And like I told this to Joe like months ago. I was like what if either at that end of season 1 or season 2, we either see Plagueis or young Sheev, and that'll lead into something else. And that's like I'm hopeful that if we do get a season 2, that's where it'll go, because I would love to get like the Plagueis book in live action.
Oh my god, yes.
Lead up right, like, Rogue One, lead up right into when the Phantom Menace starts.
Oh,
like
see,
that's what I thought this show might be about. Like once it gets towards like, because with Andor, every single episode's gonna jump a couple of years. So I kind of thought that maybe they're gonna do that with season 2. I'm hopeful, but at the same time, I don't want to. I excited myself too much with the Bad Batch finale, and I'm not gonna do it again.
I know Leslie has planned multiple seasons already, but I think Tony's onto something here. Like the word of mouth, and even like Lacey in the chat, she said like it's a bad Acolyte is a bad word at this point. Like if you're a Star Wars fan and you talk like positively about Acolyte, people come after you. So
yeah, it's
so like I think there's so much negativity around the show. Like I don't know if it's gonna get a season 2 at this point, especially it. So the rating, the initial numbers came in, and it was 11 million for the first 2 episodes. Ahsoka did 14 million, so it's 3 million under. 11 million is not good. However, they're trying to spend this. That's not good for a Star Wars show. It's going to be the lowest besides the Andor opening, but Andor grew over time. That's the really key point there. Andor grew viewership, while Acolyte, if it doesn't grow viewership, it's going to be the worst performing Star Wars show on Disney Plus.
Dude, I've seen so many people cancel their Disney Plus membership and like post it on Instagram. I've seen a bunch of people like cancel their membership, and I'm like, that's a little extreme, because like just don't watch that. You still have all the OG movies on there. You have Indiana Jones on there. You have Deadpool on there. Like you can watch plenty of stuff.
HBO Max and Netflix are also going to be merging with, and Paramount are going to be merging with Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah,
like,
there's going to be
a big deal to merge all the platforms together.
What?
Yeah, it's supposed to like start. It's we talked about it last one, as well as
that starts in like August or something, right? That's like soon.
So it'll be
towards the end of the year.
It'll be one login to rule them all. You just log in and everything's there.
Yeah, it'll kind of be like the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN like bundle. It'll be like a subscription thing.
They're moving Max and some other.
How much is that though? Like $1 million a month? That's like everything.
I don't know. I mean, if
Dude,
you
at
look
this
at Disney
point,
Plus right
it's
now,
cable.
the Batman's there already. Like, there's stuff from Max already on there.
At this point, you're just paying for cable again. You know, they got rid of cable and replaced with streaming, and now we just have cable again. So Lacey said she saw a video of the Acolyte characters playing with lightsabers and lost all hope in a good saber battle. And always too, there are Soul and I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Kamir, bro, he is something. He is not a regular drunk poison making dude.
Because
when May came at him with the knife, that dude went Jason Bourne on her, and I was like, wait a second, I thought you were just like some hobo-ish guy. He pinned her down quick, and May just went toe to toe with Trinity and Soul, like, so she could fight.
Well, and on top of that too, like he was playing Osha, and then when he got up close, he started like seeing him like being like his true self, and the second the other ones came in, he came in being like on the screen again. I know what the hell I know what's happening here.
And he was chanting the Sith code and stuff when he was making the poison. Like, you ain't slick. Like, he's probably the helmet dude guy.
I think he is. I think he's the guy behind the helmet. So he would be the apprentice to whoever the Sith Lord is, who we still have no idea. Who could be Soul? I don't know.
I would love that. Or it could be the Zabrak mother, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
If she survived, because she's very angry and has a lot of hate. And it'd be ironic if the real birth mother was training like both of them or trying to get both of them.
Yeah, it seemed like she had Sith eyes at one point. Honestly, I wasn't sure if what I was seeing was true or not, but
yeah, I haven't rewatched it. I just watched it once, and I'm like, I can't even watch it again.
I don't blame you. I also haven't rewatched it, and I probably will not.
Yeah,
dude, it was rough for sure. Here, I'll share this for you. There we go.
What Joe was just talking about with the viewership. This was what we talked about last time in Cantina Jargon, of like what like the current 2024 numbers are for like streaming, and like Ahsoka is still doing pretty well. Ahsoka's doing better than Mando season 3,
Huh.
and Mando season 1. Like there's still a viewership there for it,
even in
So,
2024.
yeah. So like,
Yeah.
which is kind of wild. Like it's Bad Batch and Ahsoka are right there. Same thing with Mando season 3. Like, if this doesn't continue for Acolyte, it might be screwed for like further down the road. Like what Joe was saying, like with,
Bug's Life.
with
A lot of people watching a real Bug's Life. So.
with
Damn.
the continuation.
Yeah, I know. I completely agree. Clark says, "Where's Revan and HK-47? Only they can save the Acolyte." If honestly, if Revan showed up, I'd be freaking pissed because this is not the right time period. So
Yeah,
that would just further be like that'd just be destroying Legends even more.
I mean-
and you know how I feel about Legends. I'm a big fan, and I don't want that to happen.
You
And
think
if-
you think Hu Yang's gonna pop up? You know he's building
Oh,
a lightsaber somewhere right now.
That'd be cool. The prop is there from Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Why aren't they
Yeah.
using it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know David Tennant needs a couple bucks every once in a while, so I mean, I know he'd be willing to come back.
Yeah, no, he's not doing the Doctor Who stuff.
Sup, Tyler?
Tyler, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Sorry, Tony, I'm like covering your face with all these chats. I haven't really yeah, he's there, guys. Keimer is definitely shady, but I don't think he's the master. I'm thinking it could be Darth Bane or Plagueis. The latter would make sense because of the whole creating life from the Force theory. So he brings a good point here. Right as it stands right now, I'm like, the fact that these witches created these twins, I'm not into that.
We didn't even talk. Yeah. So that I just turned off my brain when they said that, because like the way after she said it, the Zabrak was like, and if the Jedi found out how you did it, they're not going to be happy. I need that explanation before I judge it. So
Okay, I agree with that because like
Yeah.
when I was watching it, I was like, all right, like from the Jedi point of view, this is how it was. Maybe
Mhm.
from their point of view, like they're able to do it, or like so like I kind of like let that like go. So I was like, okay, like maybe there's a reason for it. But if they don't pay that off, like everything, like for example, like with CX2 and Bad Batch, if they mention that and don't pay that off, I would understand everyone being upset because like that's kind of a big plot point just to not ever circle back to.
And you're just doing the Anakin thing over like taking that away from him. That was a special thing. And even like reading Plagueis, it's like, we kind of know from the Plagueis book how that possibly happened.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of a sudden, if these witches are just on some random place doing this out of nowhere, like why was it so easy? Why did they just make two? Why didn't they just have like a factory of Force sensitive witches coming out? Like they have to explain that. So I'm not judging that until we get it. But if we don't get it, that makes the episode even worse. And it was pretty bad as it is.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking it like honestly, it could be lost technology because look at Dr. Hemlock, look at Pershing. They're still trying to do this almost 150 years later.
Yeah.
And they're still struggling. So this has to be some sort of ancient technology, like almost, for example, like the Star Forge, that it's like lost. It's a lost relic. You can't find it or do it anymore. That's kind of like what I'm telling myself with it is like this might have been available at one point in time, but never again.
Redney had a dope theory. He posted that he feels that the helmet guy helped the mother, and they used like some sort of like Sith alchemy or some dark side like powers to create those twins, which that would be better than her just figuring it out by herself. And then if that guy's master ends up being Tenebrous, and then Tenebrous gives that to Plagueis, he's like, hey, we tried it, it works, this is it, then that would kind of make sense to be cool, but then everybody would hate it because it came from Leslie and from the Acolyte. So it's like you're doomed either way.
I'll be honest with you guys, and if you get that and you're happy with it, cool. But if for me, because I'm like a purist on like the George Lucas side of things, if Plagueis isn't the one who did it like for them, I don't think I'm gonna accept it at all. Like I need a Sith involved 100% to be like, okay, I get now how they did it, but this third episode, it just didn't do anything in the way of explanations. It didn't show us how all the witches died. Didn't show us how they created life. Didn't show us really how the fire started. I mean, I guess dropping a lamp could do that. No,
and I didn't catch it, but it cut. Like when she was looking at it, and then it cut. So you didn't even see if she dropped it or if Soul crept up and did something.
That's why
they
I'm saying
they don't show it.
There's multiple perspectives that we're going to see in the future about what actually happened.
And
like with what Joe said, like it might for me, like it wouldn't even have to be Plagueis. If it was Tenebrous and then Plagueis wanted to continue that, like and try and like master it, because like okay, like my master failed at this, like I'm going to succeed. And that's going to be his goal. And that transferred down to even Palpatine. Like, if it's from Tenebrous through Plagueis and then Palpatine, I'd be fine with it. But if it's... I would just want it to be meaningful for the story.
Yeah. I almost wonder if, like, this show would have benefited if it just all dropped at once. Because this week between 3 and 4 is the worst I've seen since, like, The Last Jedi. Like, it's bad.
This is the biggest blowback since Last Jedi. I would agree.
And I've seen people saying that like this makes The Last Jedi look good. I don't know.
Not
if
to
I'd
me.
Say that. I don't know if I'd say that, but I understand where people are coming from with it.
Domore Sports says there should be no down the road for the show. I gotta say, like Tony was saying earlier, like. I think the audience is going to drop off anyway. So I don't know if there is going to be a down the road for this show. I think we might this might be it. So I don't know if there's any saving it, considering how many people are coming out against this show right now. And I mean, all I've seen on YouTube for the past week is Acolyte hate, basically.
Yeah.
That's all I've seen.
And like, it's understandable. And like, I have my issues with the show, but I don't think Tony nor Joe have been toxic about it in any way, shape, or form. And like,
I want something good.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want like us talking or posting videos about like our issues with it to like get us blacklisted from like going to like events and stuff. Like, that's not our goal. Our goal is just to explain like what went wrong from like a fan perspective.
Yeah,
it's not like it's like I don't know. Like at least it's like what I'm looking at is like I'm not trying to say or do anything to piss off Disney or Lucasfilm. That's not my goal. My goal is just to be like, hey, like you guys made a mistake and like this is happening and like you guys got to get this shit right the first time.
Future. I'm the Bendu, bro. I'm the one in the middle right now. Until it's done and I have everything, I can't really judge it because a lot of the complaints from episode 3 could be fixed when we see that perspective from Soul, and maybe we'll see the perspective from May and how she survived. Then it might make better sense. After we get that, then I'll rewatch 3 and see if it's as bad, having the full picture in my mind. And so it's crazy, man.
That's how I felt too, because I know they've like overhyped the show definitely, but Leslie said I made a comment about like episode 5 is where everything is going to make sense, and that's going to be like the big bang for this episode. So that's what I'm saying. Like once the show's done, and if we don't get the explanations for it, then hate all you want. Like I'm gonna wait to see everything first, and then be like, all right, what went right, what went wrong, and where do we go from here?
I think that's all we can do, right? I mean, we're fans of Star Wars. I watch everything Star Wars that comes out. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Some of it I really like, some of it I think is fine, and some of it I dislike. And that's the way it goes. I'm not here to. That's why I'm not making videos about it right now, because right now I'm very indifferent towards the show. And what's the point? What am I going to add to the conversation by making a video talking about what I dislike about the show?
That's where I'm at too. It's like
I'm not gonna help at all, right? Because there's a million videos on it already of what people dislike. So I'm like, I'm just gonna see what happens, man. I hope it gets better. I really hope it turns around, because I think 3 was not really what I want to see in a Star Wars show, and just the acting was bad. The pacing was just slow. Like, why are we wasting 40 minutes on a flashback that tells us nothing?
Bro, I timed it too. The first 18 minutes should have been a 3 to 5 minute montage of them growing up in the forest, in the room, this, that. It was 18 minutes. It felt like Game of Thrones, but not good. And then for me, when it picked up is when the Jedi showed up, and they were like, hey, you guys got some Force sensitive kids here. We want to take them. I was like, okay, this is the Star Wars that I know. And then it was okay from there. But the first 18 minutes should have been like 5 minutes done.
Yeah,
I've said
that was painful. No, that was painful. The first 18 minutes, and And I do not want to hate on any particular actor, actress, or anything like that. It was just maybe the dialogue. It was just so wooden. There was just nothing. It wasn't giving us anything. It was like, what am I watching? I'm watching Twitches on Disney is what I'm watching. I don't know, like what, you know what I mean? Like it's the same exact story.
I've said this before. Doing the pacing of like the Old Republic cinematics would be the perfect way to pace, like, for example, like the twins.
Yeah,
like
the twins.
Like, that would be a perfect way to like tell these stories where you're doing these like flashbacks and to get back to the point, like how KOTOR has done it in the past with the in-game engine cinematics,
right?
Like with the Old Republic. Like, I think that's the way you do it, because if not, it's gonna be like 18 minutes of not filler, but pretty much filler. Like, it's not really moving along. Get the key points, and then let's get back to the steak and potatoes, like the main course.
Yeah, it was just way dragged out. And the fact is, we're going to get another episode just like it from a different point of view. So are we really going to deal with another 40-minute flashback? Like,
yeah, how are they going to like incorporate that in there? Oh, Will is right. Yo, the best part of the show was Kanaka, like the little bit we got of him. Yeah. And I hope we get more of him. I love me a good Wookiee, bro.
Will, thanks for the super chat, man. No, Kelnaka, a Wookiee Jedi. We've been waiting for this for years, right?
So we got a little bit of it with Gunji. Like, I'm excited to see Wookiee Jedi. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, he's bald. On the top of his head, he's bald.
Yeah, he's
he's shaved.
He's shaved with like a tattoo on the side.
Yeah. I noticed that when I was rewatching. I was like, what is wrong with his head? Like, why does his head look so like, I don't know, like it's like something just felt wrong, and I was like, oh, it's shaved. That makes sense.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, and this might be where a good chunk of the budget is going. The aliens look really good in this show. The Nemoidians, dude, they look incredible.
The head is more proportioned. Like back in the day, it was like a big bobblehead.
Do you think they used animatronics for the mouth like they did in The Phantom Menace? Because I kind of thought that they might have, honestly.
I believe they did.
Maybe.
The reason is because ILM's also been doing that for, like, they did it for Book of Boba Fett for Cat Bane.
They also did it for with
that dude in
the Pike Syndicate.
Yes, so I bet it's animatronics. I do. Here's the duality of a Star Wars fans. I cannot believe all the hate the Acolyte is getting, followed by hello there, sending Acolyte hate.
What up, Lewis?
Welcome to the chat. In my opinion, I'm loving the spinoff series. They're all good in their own way. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, to anyone who loves the show, I am more than happy for you, and I'm glad that you love it. Like in Star Wars, there's always something for everybody, and not everything is for everyone. Like, for me, I'll never watch Resistance. I tried after one episode. I'll never watch it.
I never watched Andor.
I watched the whole first season. You're not a big Andor guy. That's fine. You want to talk about slow, man? The first 3 episodes of Andor were just like, is this going to be good?
Where's my sister? And then I forget about her the rest of the show, bro. I cannot do that show.
Honestly, once they got to Neamos and we got like the synthwave music starting up, to me that's when Andor took off. Was when we got, like, the Neamos
for me too.
He got arrested, like,
when he was on the beach there. Yeah. The prison arc was A1 in my opinion, but everyone's got their own thing.
It took off for me. That post-credit scene where they're building the Death Star, I was like, all right, there's my Star Wars baby. Now, just like you guys were saying, like, I did not enjoy Andor season 1 at all, but I never made videos bashing it or nothing. I'm like, hey, I just lived my life and was just happy doing regular stuff. Right. But Andor season 2, I'm not gonna lie, we saw the trailer at London Celebration. I'm looking forward to it, so I'm definitely gonna be reacting to it. But it's something for everybody, man.
Yeah, the actress that plays Bix.
I love her.
Keeps teasing stuff, and I'm like,
yeah,
give me more. Like, I'm just waiting for it. Like, I'm honestly really excited for the show because every episode's gonna jump a couple of years. Like, so I'm just excited to see the progression.
But always hear from Bix. More and watch Hitman on Netflix if you haven't, guys. I'm just she's like the co-star of it.
If Cyril eats cereal again in season 2, I'm turning it off. I'm done. That's where I draw the line, bro.
That's the last straw.
Yeah.
Oh man. Where are we at? Don't give the writers of the show any bail, guys. If the writing was good, no one would care. I do agree.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. The writing was
That's
amazing,
actually true,
and the writing was amazing in Andor, and I still did not enjoy it at all. And like, so writing won't save everything.
I told Joe this before. Like, I would love an ISB show like set during the time period at Andor, just like everything that was happening with Cyril and his girlfriend, like the inner workings of the ISB. To me, like I think that would be really cool to see. But at the same time, like I would want it to mean something and not just be like an ISB show. Like I'd want it to like have some sort of story with it. But I just like I feel like they handled the ISB extremely well, like with making it feel like a threatening force and not like how it felt in Rebels, where they were kind of just like the butt of the joke.
The Empire was a threat in Andor, and I do like that. I do want to talk about Andor real quick because I constantly see people online being like, "This is the greatest Star Wars since the original trilogy." Like, Andor, but come on, you see it, like you see that, right, Tony?
That's the most erroneous statement I've ever heard in my life.
Right, but like I see it all the time, and I'm like, look, I like Andor. I'm not, I don't hate it at all. I like it, but like without it, something about it doesn't feel like very Star Wars to me, like to where Mando season 1 and 2 feels so Star Wars to me. Like
I think that's kind of the point though. It's because like they don't want you to feel like this is Star Wars,
but
then how is it the best Star Wars? How is it the best Star Wars when it doesn't feel like Star Wars? Is what blows my mind.
Like I didn't watch the show when it came out. I waited until everything was out so I can just binge it. And I like the show because of that. If I watched every single week, though, I'd be like, yeah, fuck the show. I'm not watching ever again.
Yo, and what made Andor even worse is Tales of the Jedi dropped in the middle, and Tales of the Jedi was the most Star Wars stuff ever.
Yeah.
And was so good. Like, and we're going from Dooku erasing stuff in the archives to Serial getting slapped by his mom. I'm like, this is not a good week. It made no sense to me.
Yeah, the Tales of the Jedi was great. I think it got us so hyped up for Tales of the Empire that we were kind of let down,
they were like polar opposites, bro. It was not the same. It was not the same.
I'm more I'm not upset about it. I feel more sad for Will because I genuinely thought in Tales of the Empire that was going to be Luminara on the top of the mountain.
Oh, I thought he had it, man.
Like, I made a video about it after Will told us. Like, I made a video about it and like credited him and everything. And after that, everyone was like, "You're an idiot!" in my comments, like freaking out. I'm like, "All right, guys, relax." It was just like something that was noticed. And to be fair, in the trailers, it looked like Luminara. That's all I'm gonna say.
100%, yeah.
Like, Will was right on the money with that one. I thought anyway.
We got a question here for us from Nicholas. What would you guys as fans like to see brought to movies? Now, I don't know if you mean Star Wars movies or just like in general, but I'm gonna keep it Star Wars. First of all, I just want more post Return of the Jedi, like before Force Awakens, because I just feel like Luke, I'm still sour about Luke. I always will be until we get something satisfying.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're getting there with what we saw in Book of Boba and Mando season 2, and the Thrawn story is lining up, man. Everythra's there. Like it's ripe, and I really want to see that. So that's me.
I'm telling you, we're going to see parts of the NJO in Thrawn's movie. Or no, sorry, in Dave's movie with Heir to the Empire. I guarantee we're going to see Jason at Luke's Academy training. After Ahsoka, Jason's going to be trained. There's not a doubt in my mind. And I'm going to say it, we better see a Kyle Katarn, like at Luke's Academy. Like I need NJO in live action with Graham Hamilton. I'm sorry. Like that's my one like wish. Like this is what we need to see. Like I want to see Jason being trained by Luke and Ezra. I want Ezra to be a teacher there.
I want Kestis, dude. I want them all. I want them all.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, for the movie, I probably would want like more of the Ahsoka storyline stuff in a movie, which is literally what we're all leaning towards. Yeah. And that's what Dave's movie is gonna be. It's gonna be whatever happens after Ahsoka season 2, because we're gonna get that first, right? Before his movie.
Yeah. Yes.
Ahsoka starts filming in a couple months, I believe.
So I just want to see Thrawn. I want to see Luke and Ezra teaming up to fight Thrawn, bro. Come on.
Yep. That's what I want. The dream. That's the dream.
Like, after the interview with Filoni and Rosario and Hayden, I'm assuming you saw this, Tony. I mentioned it to Joe right away. The second that the interviewer mentioned Heir to the Empire, like Dave's face like twitched. He had like a little smirk. Like,
Ooh.
like
Yeah, have you seen that interview? The interviewer literally goes, "Heir to the Empire." Dave's
I
like,
haven't seen that part because there's like 7 of them. There's so many because I clipped up one of them.
yeah, I saw
But
that.
but yeah,
Like,
I think he's cooking, and like, too bad that stuff isn't coming now to like wash down this Acolyte stuff because like this because
know.
after Acolyte, it's kind of the dark times.
It's
Like,
Skeleton Crew, and then we're waiting for the Mando movie, dude.
well,
and
Skeleton Crew will
would
take
be
us
next.
into 2025,
True,
and
next
then we'll
year.
get
Yeah.
another movie that summer. Wait, no, 2026.
So at least
bad.
Andor season 2 should be decent. Skeleton Crew is still up in the air. I have no literal emotion for it at all. Like I don't know. Like what. I don't know.
that's how I felt about Acolyte. So I'm gonna go in
Yeah.
completely just, hey, we'll see what this is, and I hope it's good. That's all. I can
Yeah.
say, you know. But it is Mando era, and it's John Watts, dude. John Watts gives
Dude.
me some hope.
Yeah.
His Spider-Man movies are great. I love his Spider-Man.
I
movies.
love them. And supposedly this takes place after Mando season 3. Like it's in the current timeline. So it's like it could connect to Ahsoka season 2 potentially.
Yeah, because
we could see a
got that leak.
Katarn.
Yeah, we got that leak about it being like. Obviously, we know that there's from Mando season 3 because there's the one bounty hunter that we saw. I can never remember his name from Mando season
The
3.
pirate dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bane.
Bane.
Because
Something
we
like
saw
that.
him in the trailer
Bane.
for like the celebration trailer.
Yep.
But we also got a leak like when the show was first being like discussed on Twitter was that it's going to be taking place in a distant galaxy. So I'm seeing like it might start in our galaxy and we might venture to Peredia.
That'd be kind of crazy.
I think it would be cool. I don't know if they'll do it.
Yeah, maybe, but I thought that too when I heard that verbiage. But then when I saw the trailer and I saw Bane in it, there's no way that bum pirate made it to a different galaxy.
That's what I'm saying.
When
Like,
he-
beforehand.
Yeah. So
I think with
Yeah.
the pirate kind of, I am a little bit intrigued about this whole pirate like underworld thing they got going on because we could
Bro.
see Hondo.
we better get Hondo, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I
It's
was
been-
gonna say
We've been waiting too long.
I
Hondo,
know.
and then set up Talon Card in that show as well.
Yeah, give me Mara Jade, give me Talon, give me Hondo, and I'll be like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen. I don't care what they write.
I just want Hondo to show up and have a bunch of puffer pigs in the background just floating around. Please give me a live action puffer pig. Oh,
Yeah, that'd
my
be sick.
God.
That'd be sick.
I know they'd never do it. I would love to have Johnny Depp being
Oh,
Hondo. Like that's too perfect to where like they wouldn't.
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
yeah,
It's not gonna
yeah.
happen, but it'd be cool.
I would just love to see Johnny Depp and Iman Asfandi just going back and forth as like
Yeah.
Jabba and Hondo together.
Lacey, let's see. I don't know how to pronounce this. I
Lacey.
apologize. Yeah, Lacey. She says Star Wars fans need to just be respectfully give their opinion, respectfully agree to disagree, and have some sort of maturity before Disney just stops giving us new shows, merch, and more. Yeah. That's a
Thank you.
hit the nail on the head right there. Yeah, we can have a discussion about it. I don't need to call someone a name or anything. If they like it or don't like it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I also want to just say this too. Like, I know a lot of people have been on all sorts of social media like trashing Filoni for this. Yeah, okay. Like Dave did definitely have some part of like the show.
Sure, he
But
gave
his
his
control
feedback.
doesn't start until Skeleton Crew comes in. Like this show was greenlit in 2019.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Dave's full control doesn't really start until next year. So
Yeah.
before you go and trash on Dave and Star Wars because of it and that Dave's whatever, just give it some time. Yes, he got the promotion over a year ago, but there's a lot of moving parts to have to finish. Like Skeleton Crew was supposed to come out last year in Christmas. So
Yeah.
like after that show comes out, that's the last of the old regime, so to speak. Just give it some time.
Yeah,
After
and I'm the same
2027,
way,
if it's
man.
not any better, say whatever you want. But I feel like if anything, Dave's movie will be what turns it around with John and his movie.
I agree. I still trust in Dave, and I don't think he's too wrapped up in High Republic stuff or the books or anything like
Nah.
that. I don't think he gives a shit, but I do think, I do think with what we're going to see in this Mando movie and Ahsoka season 2 and going into Dave's movie, if those 3 are bangers, which I honestly think they're going to be, I think we're going to get Boba back in the Mando movie. I think we're going to see some serious Thrawn New Republic action in Ahsoka season 2, and I think we're going to get Luke in that movie, and I think it's going to be nuts. In my opinion.
You saw Tamora Morrison canceled a couple shows he was about to be doing, and like I think. There was a few other actors, so they're filming like Mando and Ahsoka season 2 like simultaneously because they're all canceling, bro. In September, Shin better not cancel for Ocala Comic Con because like I got my plaque ready. Like I got everything ready, man.
You got to bring her with you and get her signed.
I thought about bringing that and having her sign it because like it's driving distance, so like I could put that in my car, drive, and just be standing in line with Shin to meet Shin. I might do it because it'd be convenient. And then me and my brother, we got the VIP pass, so we'll skip the line. So I could just go in, skip the line, get the auto, put that in my car, and then come back in. So it's possible I might.
You're gonna get a ring? Like make it happen?
Man.
So before we end off later too, we should talk about Fan Expo.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome.
Raleigh.
Raleigh says, "No fixing this show, I'm afraid, Tony. I'm done, and we'll be watching all your recaps." Tony, I will also be watching your recaps. I just want you to know that. So
after this next one, depending how it is, I don't know if I even want to continue with my reactions, just because, like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. As long as I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, I've always noticed like your reactions, no matter what, if it's Acolyte or Ahsoka or Tales, like they pulled numbers regardless. So I mean, if you want to just get the views, I mean, I would still post them if you wanted, but that's also entirely up to you. I just know, like, like I've like when Ahsoka was coming out and you were posting reactions, like I was like, damn, a lot of people are tuning into these. Yeah, Tony has the right audience for this, even if it's good, bad, or the ugly.
Yeah, people just want to hear your opinion. That's all.
Yeah, it's fun. I have fun doing them though. That's the only reason I do them. It's fun.
That's why I'm making the shorts. Like I'm just having so much fun with it.
Yeah.
It's a good time, guys. If it's a hobby, you can make a little bit on the side too. Nothing wrong with that. So,
yep.
Soul is sus to me. What was he doing by saving Osha? And how is he there when it was burning and falling down? Of course, the timing is all off.
And like he just grabbed Osha. Like, why didn't he use the Force or grab Osha and use the Force to get May? Like,
so
what?
He used the Force in episode 1 or 2 or whatever when she was falling off the cliff.
I saw that, and I saw this theory that
he let her
of
fall?
Him not being able to save the both of them, he trained himself more and more so that like when that time came for that to happen a second time, he could save whoever. So that's kind of, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, like he just started running in, like doing like a Steven Seagal, like running in, like what was he doing?
Or he let May fall because May saw him slaughter all the mothers.
That could be the case too.
That is very possible. Because May is killing all the Jedi that were there, basically.
The 4
Soul
of them,
is going to be the last one, I'm assuming, because I guess she tried, but already failed. So so that should be interesting. That conflict will give us hopefully the backstory that is needed to actually make sense of anything. Because now it's like nonsensical.
Yeah,
I mentioned this in my first video I ever made on Acolyte, just because of when I called out. Like for Ahsoka, that like Ezra could possibly be the Inquisitor, Marok. Obviously, it wasn't the case, but I was like, this is a male, like not even like looking at any private areas or anything. Like I was like, this person is a male, and the second I saw in the trailer and made my video, I'm like, this person is a female. This Acolyte,
the person with the helmet on,
this is a female. At least like
they're small bodied for sure.
Like with the shoulders being down the way they are, I was like it definitely could be the sus guy, but I feel like still it would have a little bit more definition around the shoulders, like the way that it looks like. I was like, this character is going to be a Sith female. At least I believe so. Like with it being like the female Zabrak, I definitely could see that being the case. And also too, I mentioned this to Joe? Didn't she have Sith eyes?
See, I didn't rewatch it. Like now, I kind of want to rewatch it. Just,
I thought she had Sith.
I swear they were yellow early on.
Was there Sith eyes at like one point?
I haven't rewatched it either. But
I don't know,
Tony, if you do, just make a video about it.
I might just forward to her just because she seemed like real crazy, real spicy. Like she would be an insane Sith, especially if she's been training her daughter this whole time and didn't tell her, which is nuts. And that's crazy that Soul read her mind and she didn't even know who that person is. So like that person hiding their identity has to know them.
I would think so. And you're definitely going to fast forward because, like you said, you're going to get aged on the first 18 minutes.
18 minutes. Yeah, I know.
Twitches have better witch vibes than Acolyte. Yeah, I definitely got mad Twitches vibes from the show, man. The twin sisters, they're doing the ascension, like the moon, and dude, all that. They literally copied it one for one, I'm pretty sure. Let's see what else we got. I also read something that maybe Mother Coral or whatever her name is a dark seeker for a master to begin with and merged her with, I don't know, Coven.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think she's definitely evil. I don't trust her.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to get any hopes up. I would love to see like towards the end, with this being a show called The Acolyte, let's visit Korriban. Like in some way mention it or something. We like give us something about Korriban, because then it opens the door for things. Like if she's like a Sith acolyte that's been studying on Korriban, like going through all like the ruins and relics, like I think it would be interesting for like them to open up that door.
She said that she is including EU characters in the show. I wonder who or like when we're gonna see that.
Yeah, that's kind of like maybe like it's character, place, or thing. Like it could be anything.
I love EU stuff, and I would like it to actually play a role in the story rather than like, oh, there's an EU alien like in the corner of the bar.
Yeah,
in whatever episode 1 or 2. I'm all for that, 100%. Bad Batch is getting some love in the chat, guys, and Tyler says it's better than Acolyte. So far, I like Bad Batch, so I would agree with that.
Yeah,
I mean,
season 3 was great.
That ending, dude, that was beautiful ending.
The only the only reason why I said I let myself down with it is because I had like almost like a fan fiction made in my head that like we're gonna get a jump to the future and we're gonna see like Thrawn's chimera like coming down and seeing the decommissioned Mount Tantus, and we're gonna see him opening up the doors and Pelion. And I was like, okay, like, this is too good not to happen. Yeah. And then when it didn't happen, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I ruined it for myself. But I still like what we got because it could have been so much worse, and what we got was pretty good for being the ending of a show.
I like the ending, dude. I like seeing grown up Omega, and I think we'll get Tantus in live action. I do. I think they're gonna.
There's no way we're not. Like, okay, Ahsoka, Ezra, Luke. I would even say Ben Solo at this point. Any other Jedi like Sabine, that's several Force sensitives versus
Cal Kestis.
Yeah, Cal Kestis made it 8. Like, they need the Islamari, they need Vornskers, probably even the Howlers. The Zillo Beast is just wandering on Wayland now. Like, what is Thrawn gonna do against several Jedi? Thrawn is gonna need everything. And I think
he's got the witches,
like
the real witches.
Yeah, but like
the real witches.
Ezra and Sabine already kicked their asses in Rebels. Okay, Cal Kestis kicked their asses in.
Dude, but they have like an army of witches. Like you saw all the the tombs they were unloading on that thing. I'm just saying something's gonna go down.
Personally, I think like Ahsoka, Ezra, and Luke could take out half of them by themselves, just because of how like where Luke is at this point in time in the galaxy, like where he should be, like mentally from like legends wise, which is totally different. I understand. Luke could plow through them. At least I believe so.
Oh yeah,
especially if they're already undead.
So.
Like
that's what I want to see.
Yeah,
I'm just Luke saying like there has to be a reason for Thrawn to be able to willingly stand up against these people. Like he's not him and Pelion and Rook is already out of the equation. So like, what is he gonna have up his sleeve? Zillo Beast would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is Ishigan or Ichigan, but he's loving the Acolyte and having a hard time with the fandom, needing their hands to be held through a mystery. I think this goes back, Tony, to what you were saying. Like, if all episodes were released at once, I think we wouldn't be having a lot of these discussions.
Yeah, I agree. I love the mystery part. Have you guys ever seen that old movie called Vantage Point?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. You see,
Bro,
like, you see everything from different angles.
You see that explosion from like 7 different people. That's what I feel like this is. We're gonna see that fire from Osha, then maybe Soul, then May, just like that Vantage Point movie, which I love that movie. Yeah. So I think once it's all said and done, we'll appreciate it more. But like, is the damage done?
Right. Like, does it work week to week? I don't know if it does, honestly.
Yeah.
You could probably dislike Andor because it had no Jedi or Sith. Yeah, it's about the rebellion, but the writing wasn't incompetent. I agree.
Yeah,
it was well written, really well written.
So yeah, yep. 100%.
I think that's also like anything that Tony Gilroy has done. Like, I couldn't say anything bad about anything he's really done. Like, same thing with like,
he's a great writer, man.
Like,
he may not be a Star Wars lore master or anything, but he knows how to write.
There's no way he put the Rakatan Empire in there.
Okay, we talked about this. That was Pablo. We talked about this.
It was Pablo Hidalgo, man.
Because I mentioned, I was like, that would be Dave, and we looked it up, and it was Pablo who was like the lore master on set for that.
Yeah,
and like all the stuff in his little store, like Star Killer stuff, and then there's no way he was like, let's add this in there. Like, no way, bro.
No, he's just writing dialogue, man. He's just writing dialogue and letting the story group fill in the holes. Basically, is what I think's happening.
Yeah.
I want to say we just got to bring back Greg Fraser for like cinematography for.
Oh, he better be doing the Mando movie.
That would be perfect to do.
Well, he did Mando 1 and 2. Then he was doing Dune 1 and 2. And I think he should have an opening right now before they start Batman 2. He should be able to do the Mando movie.
He's doing a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal too. I just saw like a space movie.
Oh no, that's not Jake Gyllenhaal. That's Ryan Gosling, and that's Project Hail Mary. He's doing Project Hail Mary.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking Roadhouse. I was just looking at Roadhouse the other day on.
Yeah, that's that's gonna be that's a book.
What up, Eugene?
Welcome. Pirates of 2. Collecting Star Wars. Thanks for joining, man. Rock on. Great show. Awesome episode, guys. Keep it up. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
What's going on, boss?
Eugene says, I'm hoping Mando is action packed. Feel like a lot of episodes were starting to get a very side questy vibe to it.
Yeah. What the hell is this movie going to be about? Is it just like a random story?
So, okay, would Joe and I have talked about this? I genuinely
believe at length. We've talked about this a lot.
I think it's going to be like, okay, so you know how Mando is now being like a bounty hunter for the Republic? You know how the Shadow Collective is a thing?
Yeah.
Mando's gonna be hunting down these Shadow Collective members, like Pelion. That's how he's gonna get introduced into Dave's movie. Like Pelion, all of them. Like I think that's where it's going to go. Is like
with Grogu. Grogu's gonna be there hunting.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, Grogu's gonna be there.
So so at the end of Mando 3, which I feel like the whole Mando season 3 was just so we could get to the end. Like that's like what the whole thing was for.
Yeah.
And when we finally get there, it's like he's like, okay, he goes talks to the New Republic. He's like, I need where I can like pick and choose which bounties I want to do. So let me work with you guys. Blah blah blah. Great. Sets up his movie. And yes, we are introduced to the Shadow Collective of these Imperial warlords. I think we're going to launch like right into the action. He's going to be taking down warlords, and then he's going to get that assignment that's like this dude, Captain Pelion. You got to go find this guy Pelion. And shit is not going to go well for them because Thrawn is obviously involved now.
Yeah, like if there's the part of the movie, like we see him go out there and you see the red planet, he's like showing up on Dathomir to find this blue guy. Oh my God.
And that's where I think shit's going to hit the fan, and he's either going to go recruit like Boba, or I could see him going to Luke because Luke's the only Jedi he knows.
And he knows where Luke's temple is too, by the way.
Yes, and he knows where Luke is.
True. That's true.
I think that's what I think is going to happen. And I think it's going to lead us more into like season 2 and so forth.
He doesn't need Luke. He could just take Grogu. Grogu could force choke Thrawn. That's it. Done.
I don't think Grogu is as strong as you're making him out to be.
I mean,
what about an army of witches that come after Grogu? What is he gonna do?
Oh, that'd be so funny. Him just running and a bunch of witches chasing him. Oh my God.
It's gonna sound horrible. But I feel like it would be like the Ridiculous Six, like with Thrawn, like getting like force choked. I don't know if you guys seen the Ridiculous Six. It's like an Adam Sandler like Western movie.
One? I haven't seen that in years.
There's a scene of something from the 1800s that happened a lot, like public things used to happen. And this person's like running back and I don't know if you can say it on YouTube.
I don't know.
Like running back and forth, like I got a thick neck, And I was like, I could totally see like Grogu trying to do something to Thrawn, and Thrawn like Thrawn's just too strong. Like, I don't know,
It's like, nah, I'm good.
I'll send you the GIF later on. Of it.
Yes, I cannot wait for Ocala Comic-Con. And yeah, Ray Park's gonna be there too.
Yeah,
Ray Park, Shin, Enoch is gonna be there. The dude that played Enoch.
Sick.
Yeah, and there's probably gonna be more. They haven't announced everybody yet.
Domer says, "Don't put yourself through that rewatch, Tony." And I think we can all agree.
Oh man,
what was with the power of one, the power of two?
Yeah, that
power
was
of many.
So bad.
That was one of the most cringy moments in Disney.
It was.
I think
it was.
Like at that point, that's just where like I just checked out for a second.
Do you think they're gonna put Luke in the movies?
I hope.
Yes, but
we basically
I don't
just
think
had
they
this
need to do the
discussion. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they need to do the deep faking anymore. I think not only the Graham Hamilton, but Billy Lord. Like, we might as well just recast because we still need these stories. Like, there's still 30 years here.
Yep.
Like, just at this point, like Graham Hamilton looks without a beard looks so much like Mark, especially if I'm uploading like shorts on it. Like, there's so many fans that have loved Graham Hamilton as Luke, and like all saying like, why can't he just be Luke? And Mark, I guarantee Mark's given him his blessing. Like,
probably.
I think it's time
Mark,
to pass this torch down instead of just.
Mark's such a good dude. He's probably like, yeah, let him have a chance. I don't know. Tony, are you a fan of recast or deepfake? What's your opinion?
As long as we get the story, I don't care, man. Like,
it's kind of the same. Like if they recast, cool. If they don't, deepfake looks great.
Yeah, like that feeling that I got at that Mando season 2 finale. Like that was a good feeling, man. That was great. I'll take that all day.
And even from the 1 year difference from Mando season 2 and Boba.
Boba,
like,
yeah, so much better.
Looked perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they could do it either way. As long as it's right for the story and doesn't take from the story, I'm all for it.
I still can't believe all the slander like Book of Boba Fett gets. That episode alone is probably the best episode of like live action Star Wars we got. The Cad Bane, like Luke.
Those two episodes.
Yeah, it was two.
But what doesn't make sense is the two best episodes were probably like two of the best episodes, period. But they were in a show about Boba Fett, and Boba was not in either one. It made no sense.
It was just titled
like,
wrong.
Just
name it something else.
Honestly, too, like with watching like behind the scenes for my shorts and stuff, not only Dave but John cares so much about getting these scenes right with Luke and Grogu.
Oh yeah,
like he cares so much about it to where like I know, come 2026 and 2027. We are going to be in good hands just because of how much they truly care and want to make this right for the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we? I think the best writing had to be the Clone Wars series. I mean, Clone Wars.
Which one?
Fantastic.
Both.
Oh yeah, 2D or 3D. I like them both. Seeing modern fans struggle having to wait a week for new content is something I cannot relate to. As a kid in the 70s, me and my friends had to wait 3 fucking years to find out if Vader was Luke's dad. That is crazy. Like, I always think about that, like Empire, like they didn't really confirm it until Return of the Jedi. So people were waiting like forever to be like, is this real?
Yeah, like even when the prequels came out, like I saw all of them in theaters, and like Phantom Menace in '99. All right, now I have to wait 3 whole years for Attack of the Clones, and then another 3 years. So it was a long wait, man.
Yeah, you. I didn't get that luxury. So
I did. I was there in '99. Saw Phantom Menace. Remember seeing Attack of the Clones too, and being. I just still remember like when Yoda pulled out the lightsaber. I was as a kid. I was
God,
just like, what?
the whole movie theater lost it because nobody's seen that dude move ever. And it was like, what? He's like, boom, 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 boom. Oh my God. That was amazing. Everybody got hyped in the theater. It was like the end game moment when Cap catches the Mjolnir.
And people hate on Attack of the Clones, man. It is good.
I've told you before. It's great. That's like every other day that switches with being my favorite Star Wars movie of all time.
I love Attack of the Clones.
I love Attack of the Clones.
There's so many great things.
Camino, bro. Boba.
Yes. The whole Camino like arc of like what Kenobi trying to figure out what is going on. I love it. I love the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's like a mystery noir kind of thing. It's great.
Yeah.
I hope he hunts them down. Good point. Probably about Mando. I'm assuming
the Mando movie. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Andor is simply the best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back. No question. Slow starts or something. I try watch the good, bad, the ugly. blah blah. Maybe you can. It's too slow estimation. No, I love The Good, the Bad, and Ugly. It's classic. Now, is Andor the best Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back?
Revenge of the Sith, baby.
Yeah,
Rogue One. Rogue One's like a polar opposite of Andor. I love Rogue One.
I mean,
yeah.
Even though it didn't fit so well to the Star Wars, I still love Borgullet, the octopus, like the mind control.
Oh yeah, octopus. I love that too.
Like, I want to see more like things like that in Star Wars, like of these like entities, like the Bendu, for example, within Rebels. Like, there's so many cool things like that. Like, even though Borgullet had like such a small like part in the movie, like that to me was like, damn, that's kind of cool.
It was very Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even though Bodhi didn't really seem too out of it afterwards when you're supposed to lose your mind by it, I was able to overlook
I don't
that.
think they gave him the full thing. Is kind of what I took it as.
Yeah,
like they had to save him to figure out, okay, can we actually get like this information out of this guy? The witches are gonna put Grogu in their witches cauldron. Can't relate to any of the waiting, as I cannot remember not knowing Star Wars spoilers in the 1980s. It's like it was directly streamed into my brain. This has been our head animator, so I think there's some new people in the chat. If you guys haven't seen the Heir to the Empire anime trailer on my channel, go ahead and watch it. We're about at 3,000 subscribers. When we hit that, I'm going to do a merch giveaway. Ben is our is kind of our head animator on the Dark Force Rising trailer that we're doing right now, and he actually sent me another small update. So I'm just going to share that with you guys right now because why not? You guys should see it. So here we are. This is over Endor. Oh yeah, we're getting there, guys.
I think it's better.
Ooh.
We got Mara.
Bro, why can't they just give us? I don't understand why like Star Wars has all these dope, amazing stories that we already love. Bro, just copy your own homework. You own it all. Just do it.
Shia LaBeouf said it best.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying, dude. I would just love for them, and if they don't want to take any of the stories from the books and just start implementing them, which is what the MCU did super successfully, by the way. If they don't want to do that,
97, like
right,
three comic book stories and made them the best with the show.
Bro,
I just think it was so good.
The end of episode 5, I cry every time, bro.
Yeah,
I heard
oh my god, I can't feel him. Oh my god, bro, it's so good. The finale, bro, mind blown.
Oh, I know. Why can't we just get that? Like, okay, so if they want to take the Legends comics and all that shit, just give us X-Men 97
Marvel
style.
literally said like, "Hey, this show isn't canon." By the way, like they even like clarified, like this isn't canon, so don't think this is canon at all.
Give us that. Give us non-canon with the old canon stuff that's not canon no more, please.
Yeah,
label it Legends.
Like we can take it.
Oh, X-Men 97, man, was just such a masterpiece. Like, it's probably the best thing on Disney Plus. Period. It just was so consistent the whole way through, man.
I would say that and Shogun, definitely.
One of the best shows they've done in years, for sure. And I'm about halfway through Shogun, which I'm loving too. That's a great show.
I haven't seen Shogun yet, but I heard it's really, really dope.
Yeah, I'm really liking it.
I'm even more excited for the Ghost of Tsushima movie now, just because of Shogun.
Oh, I love that game, so I'm excited for that movie, period. That game is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm in on that. They could de-age Sebastian Stan. I mean, honestly, he only needs slight de-aging, so
I don't even know if they would need to, honestly, just enough makeup. Like,
just throw the wig on there, give him a black robe and a saber. He's ready to go.
He would be perfect for the role.
He would be.
Mando season 1 and 2 better than season 3. I like season 1 and 2. It was a lot better, going different paths. The bounty he was collected were cool. I agree. I mean, I think we all could agree on that. Sam Witwer as Darth Maul was amazing. 3D Wars.
I love Sam.
A lot of people
love
don't know too. Like,
Sam is an angel.
Bringing Darth Maul back, that was George's idea. George came up with it.
It was.
That was all George, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna bring Maul back." I can't even try to do a George impression. So I'm gonna try, but like, yeah, like when I saw that interview, I was like, "Damn!" Like, I thought Filoni came up with that when it was like, no, George greenlit that. That was all George. Same thing with Ahsoka being Anakin's Padawan. Like, that was all George.
Yep. Yeah, that interview is so funny because Dave was like, "Yeah, that George said let's bring Darth Maul back," and Dave was like, "How?" He's like, You'll figure it out. Just bring him back.
Make sure you spider
just
legs.
do it. Yeah, like that was so crazy.
One of the best revivals they've ever done in Star Wars, for sure. You guys are lying. You are going to watch all 8 episodes. Nobody here is tapping out. Come on, be honest, guys.
Yeah, I'm 100% watching it all.
I already said, I already said, like, I'm still gonna watch it because of Star Wars, and of course I'm gonna watch it. Now, I'm not as excited going into like this week as I am for something, say, like House of Dragon, or even like Shogun, which I'm in the middle of watching. Like, I want to watch the next episode. I'm like ready to see it.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling that way, which is okay. A live action Star Wars Commando movie. Get the writers from Masters of Air, kind of like Band of Brothers type Republic movie. Maybe focus on Rex. Dude, I would kill for something like that.
Oh my God. Like, give us Rex. I love Rex.
I know. I wish our one little scene of live action Rex in Ahsoka.
I know he had the helmet on. Come on, we heard Tamora's voice.
I would have loved to see like a DH Tamora. Like, I thought it would be like
get
it would
out
be
of
funny
here.
as fuck
So
because
awesome.
he would make some weird ass face. You already know it. Like, as like Rex.
I hope we see him as Rex in this Mando movie or something, or Ahsoka season 2. Like, I'm talking like an older Rex. I'd love to see him.
Yeah,
let Tamara grow a beard. Like,
that's it.
Yep. Tony, I want to be respectful of your time. We're a little over an hour here, and I don't have a whole lot of topics left. Do you guys have anything you wanted to kind of cover before
Chicago, baby?
Yeah, Fan Expo.
There it is. Fan Expo is August. Give me the dates because
I think it's that what he said.
Okay, 16th to the 18th. Mark Hamill is going to be there, people.
Dude,
father and son duo collab. Hayden and Mark together.
So
Hayden is also there.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill's going to be there.
About Hayden? It's so funny. So I was watching Phantom Menace on May the 4th, and I'm watching it in the theater. And like halfway through, during the pod race scene, I was just checking my phone real quick, and I saw someone post Mark Hamill, Fan Expo Chicago. I literally had a heart attack, and I started booking my hotel. I bought tickets to the show like right away because I'm like, bro, this is like an emergency. This rarely happens.
Right.
And then I think the next week is when tickets went on sale, like for his photo, for his auto, for his panels. Bro, I'm broke for this whole summer, but I bought a photo, an auto, and then the gold ticket for the panel because I'm going to be front row recording that whole bad boy, baby. I am so hyped.
Yeah, I also I haven't pulled the trigger on the front row ticket yet for the panel, but I think I'm gonna have to, and I'm gonna have to forego the HasLab because, dude, I got it. It's March, dude. I have to be there. So
I'm definitely gonna get Charlie Cox because he's only there on Saturday, so I'm gonna be getting him. I'm gonna be getting this Daredevil pop signed, and then also
got to.
Nice.
Tony and I were talking. I'm gonna get a plaque for Iman Esfandi to sign, and I'm gonna get a selfie with him at the autograph booth with the Ezra. People who don't know what I'm talking about, Iman Esfandi commented and liked on one of my videos with Hayden Christensen talking about becoming Anakin again for Kenobi, and then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna have to watch the finale all over again now. Thanks."
Yeah.
And now, like, I screenshotted it. I'm making a shirt with it, and I'm gonna take a picture with them with it. So, like,
yeah, that'll be funny. You got to do that.
I might try and see about getting the live show. It just has to see if it fits in the budget yet.
Yeah, for sure. I get you, man. But anyone, you guys, if you're going to go to Fan Expo, hit me up, hit Tony up, hit Caden up. And, I just want to, talk to you guys and talk to other Star Wars fans. And I'm really excited for Mark's panel. That's like all I'm there for, basically. I just want to go and see what he has to say. And
are you doing a photo with him or
I think I'm just going to do an auto.
All the autos are sold out. They've been sold out.
Are they really? Because I looked like the other day and it looked like you could still do it. Shit.
No, I looked yesterday. Everyone sold out. Even the ones that are like 600 for the helmets and the sabers. Like every auto is gone.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do a photo then. It's all good.
Yeah.
If they're sold out, they're sold out. What can I do?
But the photos are still there, but
right.
I know we're all going. My boy Ricky from Pop the Bounty Collector, he's going. Jose from General Kenobi's Bunker, he's going. And then Retney might show up too, because I think he lives in that general area. So there's gonna be a bunch of us there, which will be cool.
Which I didn't know Retney lived so close, because like between Joe, Retney, and I, we're all in like a 6-hour like area from each other, like all like in different parts, which is kind of cool. And honestly, like I'm most excited just to meet
we're all
everyone.
a couple hour drive.
like in person. Yeah, like it's a 3-hour drive for me. I'm pretty sure probably around the same for Joe, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
yeah, I think it's like 4 for me, but
like
I'm doing it. I might even take the train down there. I don't know. So we'll see.
getting to meet like Tony,
That'd be
Joe,
cool.
Jose, Ricky, Retney, like that's
gonna be dope,
it's
man.
gonna be fun.
But like,
yeah, Fan Expo is gonna be huge.
It is, and
Yeah.
I've never been to a Fan Expo, so it's gonna be cool to see like how it is compared to other conventions. But like, I'm so broke, man. I hate my
also
life.
found out too. In November, Katie Sackhoff is coming to Wisconsin Comic-Con.
Nice.
And so my wife has a Bo-Katan backpack, and we're gonna get that signed and meet Katie and everything.
That's dope. No, I was gonna say, I'm so broke too. I just got the Hayden and Mark dual photo on Saturday.
Oh, I see that. I'm looking at it right now. The team up photo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous, but like they're only doing 500 of them. I'm shocked it's not sold out because this has never happened before, and it never probably will again, which is crazy. But I don't know how to react. Like I'm gonna be walking up to Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen. They're gonna be looking at me like, what?
You gotta just hit them with a line that's like not cringy but funny as shit that they both would understand. Like,
bro, I'm probably gonna freeze, bro. It's
freeze.
It's Luke and Anakin, bro. Father son, like it's crazy. But like in a 24-hour period, I'm gonna see Mark 4 times and then you guys a couple times. This is gonna be crazy, man. Insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. The gold tickets, by the way, Caden, are still alive for Mark Hamill's panel, which is on Friday. So going Friday. Mark Hamill's
there Friday.
Oh, dude, that's the panel, dude.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday is when I'll be in there.
Yeah, I'll be there for Friday, Saturday. Me and Ricky fly back out Sunday. We're flying in on Thursday, so we'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I hope Hayden does a panel on Saturday. That would be awesome.
I hope so. I couldn't find anything like him doing
not
anything
yet because they just added it. Because what's kind of messed up, and a couple of my friends there in Germany, they had photos and autos for German Comic-Con. I don't know what it's called, but Hayden was booked for that weekend for months, for like 6, 7, 8 months, and people have had their tickets for it. And I guess he just canceled because he's coming to Chicago. So like they're getting like refunds and stuff, and they're just pissed. Yeah.
I would say, yeah, because Iman Asfani, he's gonna be there on Sunday, and I didn't want to do him on Saturday along with Charlie Cox and meeting all you guys. And I saw on Sunday him and Cameron Monaghan are doing like a photo op together. I might be reading into it too much.
That's so random.
Like that's what I'm saying. I might be reading into it because he's doing one with Diana Lee as well, which makes sense because it's Ahsoka.
Sure.
But him and Cameron together, that kind of makes me just wonder like, where is this going? Like,
dude, they're gonna be in that movie together at the bare minimum.
Yeah,
like you know it's gonna happen.
I just want to see Cameron with the Theo Von mullet and the goatee. Survivor.
Oh man, I know. I'm pumped.
Well,
it's gonna be
after the BD tease in season 3 of Mando, like that.
Yeah.
If anything, that was the clear like, hey, you guys like that was the clearest like, okay, like you guys are gonna get this in the future.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's gonna be a blast, man. I cannot freaking wait, man. Oh, I'm gonna cry like a grown man at least 2-3 times, man.
I'll record it.
I really hope there's like at Mark's panel there's a Q&A. I really do, but who knows what's gonna happen. I just love when they do those things. Usually you got to sign up ahead of time if there's gonna be a Q&A though, and I don't see anything like that. But yeah. Cool, guys. Really excited to see you guys there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I've never gotten to a Fan Expo, so I'm like super pumped.
This will be my first con, minus going to like Galaxy's Edge, which I don't even want to call it a con in Florida, in Orlando. Like,
this
is my first like actual like convention, especially like where like I'm meeting the boys. Like, I don't know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we do want to cut it there, guys. And everyone, thanks for joining and discussing Acolyte with us and all the crazy stuff happening in the fandom right now. But we're gonna weather the storm. We're gonna just keep chugging along, and hopefully we get good stories. That's all, as always. You know, that's all I'm here for. So, you guys have any last words?
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah.
I know. May the force be with you guys. We'll see you later.
Deuces.